Hi guys, and welcome back to the Traore Army. Today we're going to talk about two main topics. One is, what is US military base doing in Ghana? Like, what is going on? Because we obviously know that President Mahama have been very supportive of the Sahel leaders, very much have a soft spot for Traore, but you can hold your brother on the other side, and then with one hand you are pulling the enemy close to you, especially when you know that enemy actually want to assassinate your brother. So what is going on there? And then the second thing is that I feel like IShowSpeed is becoming the most dangerous young man on earth right now. Definitely for all the right reasons. I think because I'm somebody who knows now that the generation that we are dealing with can hardly cope with like a 20 minutes video. So I'm going to divide this video into two. I'm going to talk about the Traore case at the beginning and the IShowSpeed on its own. So I'm going to divide those two videos, even though at the beginning I introduced that's what we're going to discuss in the video. But I'm going to divide both of them so that at least we don't miss out on points when we have to put a video and so on. Yeah, so now the second thing is IShowSpeed. There's a question that he was asking in Egypt about the statues having noses that are broken. And this young man is 21 years old, but he is very, very smart. I think he was asking that question for a reason. It wasn't because he probably doesn't. I think he knew what was, because the way, like the answer that he was getting was like, oh no, because I'm gonna put a video here and then you're gonna listen, which is BS. Because I mean, come on, those statues' noses were broken because they had African features. You know our beautiful noses that they actually say, oh no, we need, a longer nose or whatever. These are beautiful noses. That's what on the statues, and that's why they broke them, so that they can claim that Egyptians were obviously kind of, you know what I mean, right? Arabic and white and so on. But we know, and I always say that Egyptians, the actions of the Egyptians in the Old Testament, when you read it carefully, you will know that these are black people. The culture was black. Only black people pay dowry. Only black people choose wives for their children, even though now it's kind of phasing out. They're choosing, and so on, partners and so on. So those are black people, but they wanted to erase that. So guys, today we were dealing with that.
He don't have a nose neither? No. Wait, I have a question. Why is his nose gone?
We have two reasons. The first one, because the erosion factors. This is the weakness point of the statue. Because the erosion factors, it's broke the nose. And maybe the second reason, because any king after this king tried to broke his nose to be the strongest one.
Oh. So just the ego thing, huh?
Yes.
Why is her nose cut off?
Who broke a nose? The history of man Makrizi from Islamic era. Right inside his book and say, a man his name Sa'im al-Dahr do this. But why? Why Sa'im al-Dahr do this? Because he won't be proof. For some people, it is just a statue, just stone, not God. For this, he just broke a nose and say he can protect himself. What he do? He just a stone.
Oh, so you're trying to prove that the statue is not a god.
Not a God.
So he broke the nose.
Mm-hmm.
The videos you just watched are taken from the recent IShowSpeed livestream in Egypt, where local Egyptian experts were brought in to explain aspects of Egyptian history. During that livestream, one question came up more than once: the broken noses seen across ancient Egyptian sculptures and artifacts. The immediate response most people sense is that the full truth is not being told about those damaged features. The widely held theory, particularly within Black and Pan-African scholarly and cultural circles, is that many noses were intentionally damaged in order to obscure African or Nubian physical characteristics of ancient Egyptians. Over time, a lighter-skinned, Arabized or Europeanized image of Egypt has been normalized to the point where it is now treated as the unquestionable truth. This is why modern films, textbooks, and museums overwhelmingly portray ancient Egyptians as light-skinned, even when their portrayal contradicts large bodies of historical and archaeological evidence. I'm sure this won't be news to many of you that are watching my channel, but there is a discussion here that goes beyond the broken noses. What this is highlighting is a much deeper ongoing problem across the continent of Africa, one that persists to this day.
I'm just very happy that we are awakening up the black. I think that not only is it African awakening, but even black people all around the world, we are being awakened. And I'm so happy that God is using different people, using Traore, now using a 21-year-old, and so on. So, yeah, take care, guys. Bye.